Hello, I am here. I am going live tonight. I will be just a moment while I just do a few behind the scenes things. Please come in. I will be glad to have you, and we'll get started in about 7 minutes, 6 or 7 minutes. Please feel free to chat, see what's going on. If you are watching the replay, feel free to fast forward for a couple minutes while we just chat back and forth. Hi guys, Alice and Dina, how are you? I'm good. I'm really good. Hi, Nancy. I am doing busy stuff. Hi, Lisa. All right. So, how is everybody? We're getting really close to the time that you should definitely be canceling Patreon and then switch over to YouTube supporters, please. Let's see, what do something. Oh, I've been in contact with some really great artists that I'm going to do some collaborations with for the $25 tier. I just can't, I can't even tell you how exciting that kind of stuff is for me. I love hanging out with people and connecting with people. Snow is gross. Just gross. For the record. Yeah, I've seen so much snow in my life, I never, gross. Yeah. Anna, that's you, right? Artful Stories. It might take me a couple times to remember, but I grew up in snow. I grew up in Wyoming, which is in the northern part of the United States. It's called the Midwest, but it's like fairly far north. And just gross. Like, plenty of times I was snowed in, and yeah, not great. I mean, couldn't go to work, you know, that kind of stuff. I'm sure it's fun to visit, and in fact, I took Gabe to the Grand Canyon a couple years ago when it snowed so that he could play in the snow there, and he was born in snow, but I got the hell out of Wyoming as soon as I could. I moved all the way to Las Vegas, to the desert, and it is wonderful. Oh, that's good, Nancy. But yeah, it's that time of year, right, Lisa? Right, Anna? Like, you guys are getting plenty of snow. And if you aren't yet, it's definitely starting. I love the desert. I love the desert. I love the desert so much. My husband and I talk about it all the time. Where would we like to retire to? You know, what do we need to start saving for, or move our savings towards, or whatever. And we just can't pick a place that is better than the desert. Not right now. Like, there's no natural disasters here. I mean, the crime rate has spiked in the last 10 months, you know, because of everything going on. But we never get snowed in. There's no mudslides. There's no tornadoes or hurricanes where we are. We actually don't even get lightning and thunder here. I mean, like, once every 3 or 4 years do we get lightning or thunder. But then what comes with that, right? We have lots of bugs in the desert, spiders for sure, scorpions, that kind of stuff. So we just have to combat something a bit different. But no, I hate mosquitoes. We don't have mosquitoes here. I do miss storms. I miss the rain. We actually are on day 221, I think, in a row with no rain. So yes, I miss the rain. But it's okay. Hi, Tiger. I'm so glad you could make it. I was just telling everyone, and especially now that I see your name, it is time to, yeah, I live in the desert, straight up, every definition of the word. But I want to remind everyone again, real quick, it's seriously time to cancel Patreon, okay? Make sure you've canceled your memberships. I will be canceling or putting my account on pause at the end of the month on the 30th. So if you haven't done it, okay, good. I'm glad. All right. Yeah, if you guys haven't done it, don't stress. I will take care of it, especially for those sort of stragglers who maybe don't get to tune in as often. And then, you know, December 1st, come on over to supporters and I'll start us off gung-ho. I'm really excited. I love YouTube. I have had such good success with YouTube, so I'm really excited to have everything on YouTube. And there's a communities tab on YouTube, and I can make never have I seen people so excited to cancel. I'm encouraging you to cancel. But there's a communities tab on YouTube, and I can make posts members only. So just the same thing, like those digital downloads that you get, the polls, the Q&As, all that stuff that is any, you know, that is tier specific, I can make that there for you. It's the same, only you will have access to it. It's going to be so good. I'm really glad. I know the replays are good, and I have already started downloading all of the old Facebook Lives, so they're not going to be super pretty when we upload them, but we'll at least have them to go back to, especially when it comes to this book, right? Because there's so much good stuff happening in this book. And again, it's not the prettiest looking video, but it's there, and you know, the information is there, so that'll be good. I'll get on. I'm working pretty hard to get those downloaded and then get them re-uploaded. So, last time at the end of class, well, during class, I worked on this. And got lots of great texture and just like some really amazing things happening on this page. And I haven't decided if I'll do any more to it. I don't mind a nice moody sort of abstract-y landscape page. It's nice and it's a welcome sort of oasis in the book. And then right at the end of class, I glued these buttons onto this page. And I am not gonna lie, when I walked away, I was like, why did I do that? I do not want those buttons on that page. It was a spur of the moment idea. I thought, how cool is it gonna be? And then I was really disappointed in myself. But I took some time away, and when I came back tonight to get ready for class, I actually really love how they look. And so isn't that weird how that can happen? I do think I'm going to get out some gesso and do a little bit of dry brushing on them, and then certainly down in between where the gel is glossy. But look at how it's neat. It's just different having those like 3D buttons, that page full of buttons. So I don't know what all's going to happen there, but it's also a nice juxtaposition to all of the moody stuff that's happening up here at the top. And certainly it plays well with the vintage style suitcase over here, which is still like such a lovely little addition to the journal. I need to figure out some things to tuck in it, but we'll do that. It's all a work in progress. I know. No, I'm not. So because, Tiger, I'm not going to expand the spine again. This is where we're at right now. So this is pretty close, and then this is if I squeeze it. So we're still good, I promise. But the buttons, because this is where I did expand the spine, they have plenty of room to live, I promise. I promise. They live right in there. It works. Because I was worried about that too, and then I thought, well, they'll be okay right there in the middle. Lots of space. Nice half-inch space, quarter-inch, half-inch space there. But yeah, it is such a full book, isn't it? It's really funny. I know a big part of it too is this little miniature journal in the back. Because look at, like, it's so flat without it, and then, but it's so cool. It's such a neat, interesting idea to have back here. So. Yeah, me too. I love big fatty journals. Lots of open space and things to look at and move around, and this is truly one of the most amazing things I've ever created. And I know there's still process, but I'm definitely sending this off to Stampington for Art Journal magazine once it's done. It has such a great story to tell also, you know? Big fatties. Yep, got my chunky girl. Got my chunky girl. For sure. Oh yeah, got some work to do here. But I want to play here. So, you know, and the only thing now, or lately I've been sort of dealing with is trying to keep my pages open and be able to work. Like, there's no really flat surfaces in this journal anymore, so that's funny. But I love it. I do love it. So I'm gonna get some gesso out and see what I can do about getting a little dry brushing going. I do apologize that we dry brushed quite a bit last time, and I'm gonna do some dry brushing this time, but these buttons are begging for it. I swear they are. And it won't take up the whole time. It's a small page, so we'll do a little, and then we'll see where we're at and what else we might play on. What else we might do. Did anyone catch what? What'd I do? What'd I do? Oh my goodness. You guys always make me so nervous. Don't turn me in. Whatever it was. Whatever it was. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Oh, you did? Oh, I don't see it. Did you delete it? Don't do that. It's fine. We're all friends here. Ooh, I will say this. It's quite a bit harder to dry brush on plastic than it is paper. But just get a little in there. I just sort of want to mute them just a tiny bit. Big anatomy. Goodness, Nancy. You need to go find a man, girl. You are so funny. Ooh, yeah, look at that. That's nice. They're just trouble at this age? Well, they got ways around that, don't they? All right, so we have to keep this PG. Those dang boys and their lies. When we do the private videos, then that's when we can be our normal selves. But these ones are staying on the main page. I did see that video. That was insane. And it's like that video has gone viral like just today. I think I just saw it today, but thank goodness he saved his little puppy. And he just got in the water and wrestled the crap out of that alligator. He was like, no. Reached down in the water, grabbed his dog, pulled up the alligator, pried it out of his mouth. That was awesome. Well, Dina, you'll be glad to know the dog survived. It was a tiny little puppy. The alligator was really small. I mean, not tiny, but it wasn't a full-size crocodile or alligator, whichever one it was. And I don't know if they were at a park. I didn't read the story, but all of a sudden you just see this guy in the water and he reaches down in the water and he picks up a crocodile. And the crocodile is maybe like 2 foot long. And he has to pry the crocodile's mouth open to release his dog, his tiny little dog. It's like, the dog is like the size of this gesso. It's like tiny. But he opens the mouth and the dog gets out and runs away. Yeah, I mean, thankfully. It's so hard, right? The croc didn't know he was doing anything wrong. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I'm so glad you have more details, Tiger. There you go. Thanks, Tiger. And thanks, Nancy, for bringing it up. It's such a nice, like, heartwarming thing. Oh, yeah. Okay. So look at these buttons now. I guess I should have shown you beforehand. But I really like them. The only thing is I want to get rid of some of this gloss that is left over from my gel, because I don't like that. You'll know that, and if you don't know that, you know that now. I don't like a lot of glossy stuff, like art. I mean, it has its uses, but I don't like it when on my stuff. There we go. Okay, I think I knocked down the gloss pretty well. Oh my gosh, yes, Doreen, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can hear the fighter jets flying around. It doesn't last long, thankfully. But there's also like, I don't know when it's gonna happen, and then some, yeah. Sometimes it's at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, you love it? Okay, good. Yeah. So that's the fighter jets. I do, I live in Las Vegas, and if you're unaware, Las Vegas has a huge Air Force base here called Nellis Air Force Base, and it's huge. Like, they train fighter jets and fighter pilots and all kinds of things out of Nellis Air Force Base. And so if there's ever, yeah, like a bunch of rumbling and things like that, that's what's happening. I live really close. It's like 20 blocks from me. Like, it's super close. All of the planes coming in and going out, I hear it all. It all happens here. I can hear when the jingle, I know that's really inappropriate to call it a jingle, the music in the morning that wakes them up, and then at night when they, you know, dial out for the day, like I hear all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's been pretty interesting. It's new for me. I hadn't been around this situation before, and it's actually a lot more manageable than I thought it would be. Like, the first time I heard it, I thought, man, that is seriously gonna suck, but it's been okay, you know. And it's pretty humbling knowing that they're there and they're constantly working, you know, to keep us safe and things like that. So okay, good. I'm so glad you guys don't mind the noise. I don't know what else to do to this page, so I suppose that could be done for now. I just love these buttons now, though. And I think I'm gonna have to put out a call for buttons, because I want to do some like big pieces like this. How cool would it be? Lots and lots of buttons. I don't think you guys can see just how cool the detail is. So I do try to post pictures every day after we do a live, so you can see the actual work I did, because let's just face it, live videos, you know, you don't get exactly the same information that you get when I can take a nice picture. But look at how cool this is. Does it focus when I bring it that close? Yeah, it's just so nice. I love all the texture picked up from all the old vintage plastic, right? Because it has all these amazing textures that's picked up over the years. Scratches and bumps and, you know, bruises and things like that. So it's just so nice. I love it. Oh yeah, quinacridone nickel azo gold could be really cool down in there. I think I love that idea. Let's do it. You guys are my brain trust. That's why you're here. All right, let me get her out. Of course, a little black would be good too. So we're gonna start with quinacridone nickel azo gold by Golden, and I do use fluid acrylic. So we're gonna start there, and then I'll come back in and maybe do some more stuff with black. Oh, look at, I don't use fluid acrylic anymore. Yeah, that is definitely not fluid at all. In fact, well, no, there's still some usable paint down in there, but I'm gonna have to order a new bottle, I think. This is, and I actually got this on clearance, and I got it in 2015. Look at that. So it was open, and so they marked it down from $27 to $7.68. It was such a steal. Such a steal. Oh. So, oh yes, and while you guys are here, please, if you haven't already and you're enjoying the show, give us a thumbs up, please, and thank you. All right. So I've added quite a bit of water to my paint, and I am trying just to get it down in the gessoed area, and then I'm going to come back with some more water and a little more paint. Oh, are we still live? Can you tell me, please? I think when I reached for, oh yeah, okay, good, we are. I think when I reached for my paint, I accidentally paused my own video. I forgot what I was saying. But I'm coming back with some water now and pulling this around. And I didn't really want any on the buttons. So I'm just gonna get out a rag and a little bit of extra water. Ooh, look at how scuzzy that water is. I should paint with that before I throw it out. Okay, there we go. And I'm just using some water to push around this paint, especially because it's fluid acrylic. It really, really moves with a little bit of extra water. I mean, it really moves already on its own, to be honest. But I will come back also and put back in some of that nice stark orange rusty color. And then, yeah, I'm gonna do black, and then I'll go over the buttons with gesso again. And using cloths like this is really cool because whatever color gets on the cloth, then it just makes like the perfect mixed media supply. Like I might turn them into journal covers or something like that. I don't know. And I talked about coming in with black, but I am going to choose to do it with a Stabilo because I love Stabilo so much. And again, just wet my brush, bring in some extra water, and move stuff around. And it gets so moody and so fun. No, it is taking off the gesso because the buttons are plastic, so the gesso isn't really adhering to the buttons. It's just sort of sitting on top. So yeah, it absolutely did take the gesso off, which helped me in the long run because even though I have to go back and apply that gesso now, it helped pull that extra quinacridone nickel azo gold that was hanging out on my buttons off as well. All right, so here's a current in progress. Get a little closer, a little more detail. It's harder when it's on a small page like this. It does add a lot to the page, doesn't it? All right, so I need another dry brush. What do I have? I think I'll use this one. So that brush that I had used is too wet now to be able to come in and dry brush, so I have to pick a different brush, which is just fine. We all have plenty of brushes. Oh, and I have to be really careful about picking up wet paint because it absolutely will mix right in with my gesso, which you just saw. Alright, I gotta dry this some more. Oh yeah, don't forget to change from top chat to current chat. I didn't even do that either. I wonder why that's something we have to do each and every time. I'll have to check and see if that's a setting on mine that I can change so you guys don't have to each time. Thank you so much for the reminders. You do? You always have to do it every time, huh? Okay. Well, I'm going to see if we can change that, and then if we can't, oh well. Okay, so I love this button here. It ends up having a little bit of the Stabilo marks all down in the grooves, which looks really pretty incredible. So I'm going to try and mimic that. Down in some of these holes. I don't know if it's gonna work. But I also don't want to do it to every one, like just maybe just 3. Okay, let's see. Then I'm gonna dry it. Okay, now that I've done that, my brain is saying just add more Stabilo in general. So that's what I'm gonna do. This brush is sopping wet. I'm coloring directly onto the bristles with Stabilo marks all. Ooh, look at that. My goodness. I know I'm really liking the moodiness too. But that's all right, right? To each their own. I think the quinacridone nickel azo gold plays really well with the blue tones that came out of the Speedball writer up here, Elegant Writer. And who knows, this page may forever be a work in progress. It might take me lots and lots of weeks to get this one, just like some of those other pages. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's hard to dry brush over Stabilo because Stabilo is water reactive. So really, you cannot like put too many strokes. You get 1 or 2 max over Stabilo before it starts to reactivate. And I'm taking quite a liberty just even attempting it. Autocorrect. I know, that is seriously one of my favorite things about Stabilo is, you know, it has an unpredictability about it. Like, you know what it's gonna do, but you never know exactly how it's gonna do it. Oh yeah, that's cool. All right. I think I'm a fan here. Okay, I'm gonna dry this. Whew, plastic gets hot. All right. What else? What else? I have quite a bit of gesso hanging out here, ready to use. So I think I'm gonna flip around on some pages and try to find some places to use some gesso. This one looks good. You know, you don't got a man to impress, Nancy. I think you're all good. Hi, Diane. How are you? Funny, that's what my husband calls me. Oh yeah, this page does not have anything on it yet. Oh, you know what? I already know. Okay. I am going to do some asemic writing on this page here with watery gesso and a paintbrush. So it's not near as elegant if you use a pen or, you know, a marker or even a fine liner, but that's okay because maybe I do want to get out my white fine liner. Okay, hold on. All right, it is here. My white fine liner. Let's see what we can do. I have to give it a good shake because it's been a long time since I opened it. And I want to prop this up and be as flat as possible if I'm going to be doing some asemic writing, which I am. So I'm going to use 2 clips. I'm going to clip this to this, and then I'm going to clip this to this, so that then all these pages are secure without clipping like too much together at one time. I need a lift. That kind of works okay. Okay, so this is a fine line applicator, and they come with a super fine, thin needle tip, and you can write, or you can draw, or you can do whatever you want with, oh, I just realized that's not on the screen, with a nice fine point. So this one seems a little thin, but oh, it looks incredible. Check that out. Okay, I'm gonna heat that really quick. Oh, holy crap. Okay, I missed some messages. Hold on. I know. Yeah, you're right. We do need a vise for books. So it is 50% fluid acrylic and 45% airbrush medium and like 5% water. And I learned about fine liners and what can go in them from Donna Downey. So I'm being totally open and honest about that. It's not something I figured out. Ah, gold leaf. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm going to heat it, and then we'll see about applying some gold leaf. I know, right? Okay, have you seen this, Anna? So this, let me check, this is dry. Looking good. Okay, I zoomed in a little extra today, so you have to tell me if you like it or if I need to pull back out next time. Just like a tiny smidge. So some of the stuff, not a lot, like you can flip through the pages and whatever, but some of the stuff is interactive. So this is one of my favorite tags that I've ever made, ever. Yeah, and it just tucks right into this pocket. And I haven't decided yet. I was telling the girls, part of me keeps still wanting to just like glue this down on top. And it does look nice like that, but I also like that it tucks into this pocket. But, and I've been kind of playing with this too, like I could tape it so it's like a tip in, and then something else could be in this pocket, some other tag or bit or piece to pull out. I don't know. There's so many good choices when it comes to journaling. I know, I don't want to waste the back either. So this is dry, and I may want to come with gold leaf, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to wait on that. And I think I want to tip this bad boy in. Maybe not. Okay, I don't know. I don't want to do it. And then thank you, Alice. Yeah. I love tags. I've always loved tags, and I've always made them quite a bit different than everyone else's. It just is. I'm used to it. This page needs some love, that's for sure. Oh, love this baby so much. And these, I still am figuring out something to put here. Like, you know, I mean, I don't know what. Some kind of embellishment. I just saw this number 3 and that would look really cool. But I don't need any more 3D stuff in here. So I'm waiting. Something's going to happen. There's either a ticket or a tag or something just small to glue right there. It's going to be perfect. Oh yeah, I forgot about cutting out some text to put there. Jeez Louise, what do we think? We need more. I love looking at postage stamps, but I'm not sure why I don't enjoy using them in my art. It's not something I gravitate towards. Isn't that interesting? Oh. I don't know where I'm going to use my gesso. A piece of rust, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Staple it to the page. Oh, geez. Maybe I am sort of running out of pages to work on. What are we going to do about that? This page needs an overhaul. It had an idea when it started. Dry brush on my bag. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like the juxtaposition of the more clean lines, and I was kind of leaning towards some sort of small collage-y bit here, but again, I haven't decided yet. Sometimes I just gotta come across it. I am feeling this tag needs something. And not necessarily like a focal point. It's fine that not all pages have focal points. In fact, you know, that helps you get through the book easier. But maybe just a little splatter of white. And to do that, I need to block off some other areas for sure. All right, so let's dry that. Oh, and we're at 45 already, so if you, we'll start wrapping it up, but if you have any questions or anything you want to chat about, Now would be a good time to bring that up. Thanks for the thumbs up, you guys. And actually, I want to do, there's a lot happening here, so I'm going to take a bigger brush. And I'm going to get it damp first, and I'm going to get some gesso. And I am going to do a nice big stripe. Oh, it got kind of crazy there. And then I'm going to come back with one of my favorite. This is just an old angled paintbrush, but I sharpen the end. See that? Oh. I'm going to do a little sgraffito. Oh, and I have to be careful because I'm actually pulling up the tag in some places. So just sort of carving into the wet, even though it's not very wet anymore. All right, we're gonna stop there. That'll be all right. And that's a work in progress. It's all a work in progress. Bye, Dina. Of course, thanks for making it while you can. We'll look at altering these times a little bit for you maybe, hey? So what's everyone working on? Did you guys work on anything this weekend? Get anything done? Hey, I'm liking where this guy is going now. That's kind of fun. All right, I may have liked it a little bit more before the pencil, but that's okay. Pencil's a little dark. That's okay. It's pencil, so I'm just going to run the eraser over it a little bit. Lighten that up some. Oh, it's interesting. I love experimenting. And if I don't love it, I can always come and add some more gesso on top. And knock it back a little further still. And have something to work on next time. And actually, I talked about doing it further in, but I definitely want to put some words on this. So I'm going to try to make a note next time. I want to work on pulling some words out of books and making a long saying here and something for it, the top or the bottom. I don't want it right in the middle, but top and bottom here. Oh, I got to do something with this. It's looking good, man. It's looking so good. I love that, Diane. That's so great. How are they turning out? I'm not going to start anything new in here for now. So feel free if you guys would like to head out, please. Don't, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I'm not going to do any art for these last couple minutes, but I'm here to chat if you want to chat. You are a busy bee, Alice. That's a ton. That's awesome. Oh, I'm so glad, Diane. Thanks, Anna. I'll see you next time. Thank you, Diane. I'm really glad that you're picking stuff up from the workshop and that it's working out for you, truly. I'm almost done editing a new module, so my plan is every couple months to throw in a new technique and a new tool for you guys. So if you've already purchased in, then, you know, you'll log into class and see the new module there. Of course, I'll post about it so you know, but you already paid the price, so that stuff that I add from there on will just be topping. Cherry on top. Yes, Nancy. So a couple things that I already have in my brain I need to add in. I want to add in how to put a pocket envelope style piece into the journal. And I want to touch base about tip-ins. That's right. The gift that keeps on giving. And then I am currently working on some small journals to put up for sale. They make great Christmas gifts. Just small little bits, kind of miniature bag of bones style. Yeah. Good night. Good night, you guys. I will see you guys. Oh, I'm going to move Facebook Live to YouTube this week. So the Tuesdays and Thursdays are normally reserved for my Patreon members, and we're switching to YouTube Live, okay? So starting in December, Tuesdays and Thursdays will be for YouTube supporters only. Wednesdays, I go live for everybody on Facebook. I'm switching that to YouTube. It'll still be free for everyone. I just am much happier with the YouTube live service, so etc., etc. Tomorrow night, I will be here on YouTube, not on Facebook. Okay? Bye, guys.